We're live. Hey everybody, it's A-Spec here. And this is a little bit of a different video today. This is my first time going live, and this is my first video about an upcoming game that I'm really excited about. And this is the game, it's Forza Horizon 4. And this is why I'm so excited about it. One of the features that I'm really excited about is the seasons. And if you don't know about Forza Horizon 4 already, the seasons, there's 4 seasons, just like in the real world. And the seasons change on a weekly basis. So every week you'll get a new season, and if you're playing the game while the season changes, you'll get out of the game, you'll have a chance to save your progress, you'll go out of the game, and then you'll get a little notification that the season is going to change. And then the whole thing will reload, and you'll be in the new season. And one of the seasons that I'm really excited about and that I'm really going to have a lot of fun with is I live in Wisconsin, so we get really harsh winters here. Well, maybe not so much. In the past couple of years, hashtag warmer in the winter. But I'm excited about winter, the season in the game, the in-game winter, because I have never experienced like a simulation of winter driving before, and I'm excited to see how the vehicles handle in when they're faced with snow and ice, stuff like that. Even I'm probably going to drive the vehicles around without winter tires and just turn all the assists on like they would be in real life and see how the vehicles react. So that's going to be that's going to be really a thing that I'll spend a lot of time with. I might even create an event, like create a custom event like Winter Free Roam, so I can just test how various vehicles behave, in the winter. So that's pretty cool. And the other thing I'm excited about is the handling improvements. So Horizon 3, I have a Logitech G920 wheel at my grandma and grandpa's house. I don't have it with me today, but I do have another Logitech product. I have the Z623 THX audio system. This massive subwoofer that just sits on the floor right there. But back to the point. I have a G920 wheel. And the previous game just felt horrible on the G920 wheel. And I don't get it. I think my colors are off. Yeah, my colors are all off for the stream. But I just don't get why it was so horrible. The feeling was like it was too much understeer. It was like relentless. It was like relentless, constant understeer. And it's not like that in real life. Just Forza is. I'm proud of how Forza has been improving their handling over the past few years, but come on. Just make your games handle good. Make your Horizon games handle good on a wheel. Make them feel like real life on a wheel. And Forza Horizon 4 is gonna change everything. It's promising to be closer to real life than ever before. It's promised to be more connection with the road. It's promised to give you more steering feel. Horizon 3 had 0 steering feel, so that is a big improvement from my point of view. The steering feel and the suspension physics are also going to get an update. So you're going to get a lot more suspension travel on the off-road vehicles. A lot more suspension travel, but a lot more feel in the suspension. You're going to be able to feel the suspension travel like you could on Motorsport 7. Motorsport 7 is it's not full sim, but it's really believable to me. I feel like it's a good simulation of how an actual car would handle. But the cars in Horizon 3, they didn't feel like cars, almost. They felt like you were just driving a perpetually understeering vehicle. And there was no steering feel. Like, you couldn't feel what the tires are doing. And I always, even when I'm playing a game, I trust my wheel to give feedback on what the tires are doing, so I can drive the vehicle at its limit throughout the entire course and catch up to my opponents. But Horizon 3, I just wasn't feeling it. Literally, I had zero steering feel. So I'm just waiting for an opportunity to play the demo, and I'm just hoping the feeling, the handling is like Forza 7, or at least close to Forza 7. I know Horizon is just made to be a little bit less simulation and more arcadey. I'm not really that into arcadey games, but arcadey racing games, but it's Forza. So I'm counting on it to be a believable driving experience for all 4 seasons. And another thing I'm looking forward to is, and I'm excited for, is like the little improvements they made to assists. And this might sound a little bit weird, but a lot of other YouTubers haven't covered this. But the improvements they've made to the assists. So the traction control in Horizon 3, traction control apparently just added grip without slowing the car down. And now, based on the gameplays I've seen of Horizon 4 Early Access or whatever, Horizon 4 Demo has already came out, the Horizon 4 Demo. So, based on the gameplay I've seen, the traction control feels a little bit more like, actually a lot more like real traction control. It feels like it kills power, it kills your acceleration, it just kind of cuts down your fun. Just like real traction control would do. And there's separate options for both traction control, stability control on, off, and ABS on, off. So, I'm looking forward to seeing how that translates to winter. Like, will traction control get me stuck? Like, if traction control can get me stuck like it would in the real world, or prevent me from getting unstuck like it would in the real world, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with all these improvements they made to assists. Still, my color's horrible. So. This is the problem with live streaming. Like, sometimes things go wrong. Well, no, back to Horizon 4. So, Horizon 4. Another thing I'm feeling excited about is the drift suspension. And I know I'm not really that huge of a drifter, but I've tested out the drift suspension in Motorsport 7, and I think it feels pretty good. And I'm looking forward to also the new tire compounds. A lot better connection with the road. They actually feel like real tires, like in Motorsport 7. They're supposed to feel more like real tires, and they have a new like vintage race compound. And I actually watch a lot of vintage racing. I watch vintage racing at Road America. That's my home track. So I hope this will be like more equivalent to what you would see back in the day with all these 1960s racing cars, and what it would actually feel like driving a vintage racing car. And the other improvement that I kind of have a love-hate relationship with is the new user interface. Being a low vision user, I really like the improved speedometer. And the speedometer font is now a lot bigger, bold, bright, white. So I can see my speed wherever I am. But I'll have to find out what it does with winter, because the tachometer, like the ring on the tachometer, is gray, and it almost immediately blends in with the background, so I can't really see exactly where the tachometer needle is pointing. But the good thing is there's a big, bright, like fluorescent green gear in the middle of the tachometer, and it turns red when it's time to shift. So I guess that's an improvement too. But for me, I like to simulate modern automatic transmissions. So when I'm not accelerating hard, I like to shift early. Like a little more of an efficient shift pattern. So I'm gonna have to find out how that tachometer really works for me, and I can't really see the exact number the needle is pointing at, especially like in the winter. That might be a drawback with me and my low vision. So, well, that's pretty much what I have for the Horizon 4 launch. I'm looking forward to playing it. I'm looking forward to, I don't know when we're going to go to my grandpa's house next, but I'm looking forward to downloading it and trying out the new features and the new cars that are coming. So, alright, this is A-Spec, and I'm finishing up my first live stream, and I am signing out.